right, so now I need to get this cable up where it's supposed to be. Let's see here now. All right, so the cable is all like wound over itself in here. I'm sure I'll have no problem getting that fixed. There you can see it's not going to be coming out of there easy, but we'll get it. Not worried about that. The only problem is I got to get it. I have to get it under the cross piece here that holds the two halves of the winch together. So yeah, like I say, we'll get it, but it's probably going to be quite the task. All right, so now I guess I can go ahead and tighten up our U-bolts. I suppose now I'm tightening this up and compressing that rubber that I've got underneath this. So I'm glad I'm doing that, because the more I pull that up, the less spacer that I need between the plate and the bottom of the winch. Though I'm sure I won't be getting away from that. One more. All right, very nice. That looks great. All right, happy with that. So, all right, now, what do we need to raise this up? A good bit. Shoot. Oh, that's a bummer, hey? That's more than I expected. Yeah, actually that's just about a ½ inch, really. All right, well, I'm gonna scratch my head on that for a little bit, and yeah, I'll be back. All right, so I want to get the wires running to this, but this type of winch there is no separate solenoid. It's actually in the switch, the controller itself. So I need a place to put that, and until I got a place to put it, I can't really run the wiring. Not really. So, all right, let's go ahead and get this fella in place. So now we'll be using, I've got 1/4 by 2" stainless button head bolts to, because the stuff that was in here when I got it, there was no washers. The head of the bolt was digging into the rack. It just, I don't like it. So, like I do on every machine, I switch to stainless fasteners. All right. So, let's see here. I gotta find more nuts, stainless nuts. All right. There we go. Got a whole fresh box of stainless 1/4 nuts. Let's Now, I had an 11mm wrench. Literally, I mean, I just had it. Gosh. It's just one of those days, you know? Well, I can't quite get to the top of the bolt here because I can't fit my bit between the rack and the head of the bolt. So we're just gonna tighten it from the bottom side, and it's not turning at all, so just as well. All right. That seems like it could be a little tighter, but I can't get. All right, so it's turning now, and I can't. Well, let's see. Yeah. Well, the bit is. I'm able to actually hold that with just my fingertips, and now I can get it tighter. All right, yeah, that will do. Wonderful. So now we're gonna switch over to this side here, and let's get that guy tightened up. All right, that's turning and I can't hold it, so I'll get something that I can hold it with. Yeah, I get a real small channel lock here. Okay, whoop. That should hold it. Okay, looks great. Yep, looks great. All right, now I got to figure out what I got to do to get things tightened up down here. That's going to be a bit of a challenge because part of that winch mount is kind of real close to where that bolts up. So let's see what we can do on that. Yeah, real small amount of clearance there. Yeah. Let's see. So again, I've got myself 2-inch quarter 20s that need to be cut off. Yeah. Well, we'll get it, no worries. So I'm gonna get myself a Sharpie and I'm gonna hold these up, mark them, cut them off, and then we'll get this figured out. So I'll be back in a minute. All right, so I'm running the power cables from the switch to the winch, and everything is blocked off. You cannot get your hands up. Well, actually, maybe I can. I didn't try it right here. I think I got it. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's awesome. Because I was going to take this whole inner panel out. I didn't want to, but I couldn't find any way to get this job done. So, all right. Let's see now. I got to get them up through here, which is really hard to do, I guess. Golly. Oh boy, all right, I finally got it. What a challenge that was. All right, so that's great. I got those pulled through. Okay, so I did already take one fastener off here, so I'll happily put that back in place. Tighten that back up. Okay, real good, real good. So I'll go ahead and take you guys around and show you what I did off camera. So yeah, I see I need to get those tucked down in there a little bit better. Yeah, all right. So I'll get a zip tie around that, but that's a pretty clean install. And this is where I put the switch. I'll step back so you guys can get a look at that, but I think that'll work. Hey, so let's go ahead and check out our spark plug since I just got myself a new one. Boy, yeah, that was not very tight, hey. Not very tight. A little bit long-winded. Oh, come on, baby. There we go. Okay. Well, I'd say it's a little bit, it's kind of brownish. I wouldn't fuss with that. The spark plug also looks pretty well brand new. Let me see what I've got. I've got this brand new one, NGK. Let's make sure it's the same type. NGK and NGKR. Okay, so they are not the same. Let's see. The R means that this is resistive. I don't believe that's the right plug, so let's see. I've got a D8EA, that's what was in it. This is a DR8ESL. Well, let's see. Let's look at them otherwise. You know what? This new one is altogether longer. Not much, but it is. I'm definitely not going to put this new one in. No. And I guess I ought to research it. What does Honda recommend for this? But in 1987, I'm just going to go ahead and say, I bet it wasn't a resistive spark plug. I kind of really don't think so. Oh, wait, hold on now. We want to check our compression. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's see. Can't see anything at all. Okay, that is nice and tight. Wow, that's the first time I was able to just set that someplace and it doesn't try everything in its power to turn completely away from what I'm trying to look at. Or away from the camera, I should say. All right, there you go. So, let's see. I don't need the lights on. I have no starting ability. Let's see, I think I just found the problem. It's a yellow and red wire going to the solenoid. Alright, doesn't sound like we're turning over real quick there. So that's saying about 70, almost 75 pounds. Yeah, I think that's due to maybe even this bad wiring connection that I just found. But yeah, I guess I should have had the charger on there to even think about going after this. So, okay, well, let's go ahead and switch gears then, and let's go up and take a peek at this wiring connection that looks to be a problem. Try to get set up here. Okay, so there's the guy that looks like trouble to me. All right, so, yeah, okay. Oh, oh shoot, I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me get a light. Okay, so, let's see. Oh, it is broken. Can you see inside there? The brass is busted inside there. Oh yeah, right there you can see it. Okay. Well, I guess I gotta figure out what I want to do with that. All right. Let's see. Before I start up that flame, let's again make sure this is good. Yeah, feels real nice. Now, and there we are. I'd say that is about perfect. Kind of don't like having this open flame directly next to a gas tank, but whatever. All right, so now what we've got here is a completely waterproof, actually more waterproof than the connection had been to start with, especially since there was a split, you know, probably an 1/8 inch long split in the rubber boot that had been there. So, and the shrink boot is also going to help make sure that this solder joint does not fail. So that's good. All right, so as you can see, I got I'm sorry I didn't have the camera where I should, but the battery cables are off, and I've got that. Oh no, I don't have it charging because it isn't plugged in, but I can fix that. All right, there we go. So yeah, it's saying the battery definitely was not full. Let's see. I'm gonna reset the camera now that I got it just where I want it, and we're gonna go ahead and get our handlebar grips off. So let's see here. On this one here, you can see that the end cap is, is either broken off or it's missing. So that looks kind of fugly. Though the grips are in incredibly good condition because, well, I mean, I have no question that those are the original tires, so that means then that these are the original grips. I guess I don't see any reason to dispute that. I don't know, whatever. So I guess my point is yes, they're original and they're in awfully good condition for 1987, but they're going to go in the garbage can in a moment. So I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, boy, that's beautiful and brand new, isn't it? That's awesome. I like seeing that. All right, I'm gonna take the one off on the other side. Alrighty. So we can see here that's the remnant of the end cap on the other side. So yeah, that was busted off. All right, so let's see what kind of misery we have to endure to get these off. I mean, I really wish I didn't have to cut them. I don't want to have to do that. But I'm gonna. I gotta find a razor blade. Got myself a brand new razor blade. Oh gosh, I don't want to cut this off. I shouldn't be letting you guys see me being sentimental about a Honda either. God, for all the whining I've done about Honda. I apologize. Oh, all right. Here we go. Isn't that some beautiful chrome? Has not seen the light of day since 1987. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Again, in just as good a condition as the other. And off with your grips. Yeah, kind of showed its age there a little bit though. Didn't expect, I don't think I've ever seen that happen. All right. So, all right. Let me move the camera. So, here we are, guys, with our handlebar grips. This is the same one I put on the KLT. Really happy with that product, and I love the feel of them. They're pretty nice. Now, yeah, I'd much rather be buying stuff made in the US. I can't stress that enough, but be it as it is, I couldn't really find these, so on the interwebs. All right, so yeah, all right. Yeah, now I remember, yes, I remember this situation. So, yeah, okay, so this, I'm gonna have to, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go home and get a tool. I gotta cut this off, because this is made for a twist throttle. I always forget that. I don't know if they make these for a non-twist throttle. I don't know. So anyway, I gotta cut that off. That's the, you know, where your cable hooks up. And then I've got to add electrical tape, a couple wraps to this grip, because this one is bigger than this one. Because this one's made to just go on your handlebars, and this one is made to have the mechanism which, enlarges the diameter, the overall diameter of the bar that this has to go onto. So we've got a little bit of work to do to make this happen. Yeah, so anywho, yeah. Oh, hey, yeah, while I was away from the camera there for a second, I got on my phone and I asked Google, or, I Googled what is the, no, I said I've got an 87 TRX 350D. Does it have compression release, and if so, what should the compression be? It says yes, it does have an automatic cam operated compression release. I gotta say, I'm kind of surprised this has got technology like that in 87. I don't know, maybe that was the norm, but anyway, it said that the compression should be 160 to 190. That's not possible. I mean, not if the compression release is functioning. If it isn't, sure, I can see that. But if it was almost 200, I don't see the starter turning that over. I mean, what would the compression be if if it weren't working? So that makes no sense to me at all. So, I would expect 80 to 90, 90 being high if it's got a working compression release. So anyway, the stuff I got to do to make this work should, I think, give plenty of time for that battery to charge, and then we can make a full run at it. And I also need to open up I have to go to wide open throttle to get an accurate reading. So okay, anyway, I'm gonna run and get some tools so I can modify this, and yeah, so I'll be back in just a little bit. All right, so I ran home and got this fella. So this is what I'm going to use to cut off that twist throttle stuff. And that's the end of that. Okay, so now now that plastic has, it melts just a little bit as it cuts, so I'll get that. So that's pretty jagged actually. I'm gonna go get a deburring tool, excuse me, and we'll get that cleaned up. Because like I say, we've got to make a few wraps of electrical tape to make this fit just right. Well, that's not gonna work with this, being the first thing it encounters. It's gonna mess the tape all up, and it's not gonna slide over it like it should, so be right back. Sorry, Ray, I don't have my own up here, just at home, and I kind of need it there, but we'll have to buy more. Okay, so everybody, check out this awesome tool, and that rotates. Just make sure that what you're cutting is this and none of this, because it's really not a dull piece of equipment. We got a heck of a burr here. Okay, so now you can see, well, there's a little piece of fuzz there, but now you can see it is much cleaner, and it won't be nearly so hard to push over that tape. All right, I gotta see what that guy's yelling about. Now I gotta flip that. Yeah, all right, that's better. All right, so we're gonna take our electrical tape here. Wow, that's weird. All this golden retriever hair in the tape. Where would that come from? Now we're going to get a couple layers of tape here to help that that twist throttle handle grip fit. Okay, so we'll go ahead and test fit. Yeah, I'd say we're right where we want to be. All of it. Oh boy. Let me see here. That's a little bit tighter than we want it. Or I'm not even going to be able to get that on there. Let's see. We're going to get that sudsy with some Formula 409, and let's take another shot at that. Wow, that is really not gonna happen. Whew. All right. Yeah, I'm starting to mess that up. Well, oh, I really wish I could get that on there, but I don't think that's going to happen. So we will have to take it all off, and we'll start over. Thought it would take more than that, but actually I thought it would take quite a lot more than that, but all right. Let's start with a oh gosh. it's hard trying to get around the brake lever here. There we go. That works really nice. All right. See how that works now. Oh boy. Oh, I'm gonna tip this machine off of its jacks. It stopped me. Yeah, it stopped me. All right. I'm gonna get some WD. All right. I'm gonna guess that helps quite a bit. I hope. Oh, come on. Okay, and there we are. Holy gosh. Yeah, that's not gonna come off. Nope. Not gonna come off. Not by accident anyway. So, that was a real push. All right, so now I'm reminded why I keep seeing one of these laying around on the workbench, because now there's two, because I don't need it. You need that gap in it, you know, so you can use it as a twist throttle. So anyway, yeah, we don't need that. And so, but what we do need is some zip ties. So yeah, well, I guess I'll find some of those and we'll get to zip tying. Before we do that, let's get the other grip on here. All right, so there, we disconnected. You can unplug the harness one side from the other, which is really, really nice when it comes to, you know, routing the wires. Okay, that's gonna need a little bit of help as well. Oh yeah. And there we are. Okay. Fantabulous. Now, one thing you'll notice is this grip came right up to the switch housing, and that is not what happened on the other side. And that is, again, because of the twist throttle. So at some point here, I'll loosen up both the brake reservoir and the throttle mechanism and scoot those down. down the handlebar shaft just a little bit. So, just so you guys know. All right. Good morning, everybody. Here we are. We're kind of getting on our final stretch on these two Honda 350s. So, let's see what I've been doing since I've been off camera for a little bit. You can see the wiring going back there. That is the power and ground for the handlebar grips and also for the winch. Now, so when I got off camera, we were looking at this and I just didn't really have a full battery. So let's go ahead and take another crack at that. I shut the lights off and full throttle. Here we go. Okay, let's see. So we are at, let me get a little closer so I can see. Yeah, between 105 and 110. So now I know I talked to Ray about this. I don't think I talked to you guys about it though on camera. So here's what I'm looking at. So after we first did our check and we landed at around 75, I went to my phone and I Googled, does an 87 TRX 350D have a compression release? And I know that it does because I can see it, but it said yes. And I also asked if it does, what should the compression be? It said 160 to 190. Now I know that's not true, because first of all, the starter isn't going to turn this motor over at almost 200 PSI. And if that were true, okay, what would the compression then be if it weren't working? You know, 250, 300? You see what I'm saying? So that, I know that is not correct information that Google gave me. That happens, no big deal. So anyway, what this tells me is that we've got a very healthy engine. Our valves are doing very well. We don't have any loose or tight valve conditions, which we kind of know that by the way it starts, which is almost instantaneously. So anyway, that's really good to see. We now know that we've got a very healthy motor. So yeah. And let's go ahead now and get this where I want it. Okay, let's go ahead and fire this up, see how she runs. Yeah. Very nice. Okay, now I want to turn on the heated handlebar grips. See how that works. Okay, winch works really nice. It's not bolted down yet though, so we got to take care of that next. Okay, handlebars are warming up real nice. That's just great. So, and in case you guys didn't see these grips on the KLT, which are right there, I love those grips. But anyway, the switch is on the grip. It's just perfect. I couldn't be happier. So easy to wire that way. So anyway, all right. Well, we know everything is working. Everything is wired real nice, shrink booted, looking good. So yeah. All right. Oh boy, great. Check that out. This thing's only been on for a second.
Oh wow.
Isn't that nice?
That's nice.
Yeah, really like those grips. All right, well, that's great. I'll go ahead and shut that off. Couldn't be happier, man. Those grips are the bomb. Hi, folks. So this is one of the last things we'll be doing for now anyway. There will be more later, most likely. But when I got this 350D, we did not have the airbox cover, and thank goodness for Mayer Plastics and they reproduce this. So it's not the black like it used to be, but it's better than nothing, that's for sure. So let's see how we fit. Perfect.
Oh, you're out on the top here.
Oh, shoot, I didn't see that. You get in there, buddy. All right, there we go. So, yeah, that is fantastic. I'm so happy with that. Now, what do you guys think? I really need your opinion. You know, we've got just endless cracks in this plastic, you know, that are like superficial, and then we've got some that are a lot more than superficial. Imagine this whole machine in new plastics. Is it worth $1,000 though? Because it won't be recouped in the sale. You know, that's the problem. So I guess if you do that, you must be in love with the machine and you plan on keeping it. I don't know, but you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments section. And you know, this is beautiful. This was $72. I think it's worth every penny because that just looks great. And you know, that really does a lot to help make sure that water doesn't come right down on top of your carburetor. So it kind of needs to be there. I am still waiting for the battery cover. I want to make sure my electronics are covered as well. But anyway, yeah, that looks pretty nice. I like that.